First question, Maria Mossy with the WOUB. Big loss to Miami last week. How do you think your team responded tonight for anybody?
I feel like we responded real well this week. It was definitely a tough loss. A lot of people might say that's even a season ender, but to come back this week and do what we did, that's a big pickup, even for these last two games, even for this bowl game coming up too. This is a big win.
You have 41 total yards in the first half. What wasn't clicking on offense, and what adjustments were made in the second half to pick the offense
up? I just think we kind of just didn't capitalize on some third downs, and so I think that was a big emphasis in halftime, and to be able to execute and finish those drives and finish those plays. I think we only had 15 plays in the first half, and so the sample size was small, but the big emphasis was going into the second half is making sure that we capitalize on the second and mediums and third downs.
And just finishing the game.
Yeah.
From Bobby Gorbett with the Post. This is for Kurtis Rourke. How can you build off the second half performance offensively, going in the last two games of the year?
Oh, yeah, we could just keep going, just try to get a good mix of the good run and pass. That's what we were trying to get going all year. So we want to help the defense out always, and that's what we want to do these last two games, help the defense out, finish the season the right way.
Sieh, is for you. You and O'Shawn have struggled at times, consistency in the run game, and today in the second half, the offense seemed to place an emphasis on the run, and it led to the win. What worked for you? For both of you tonight on the ground game, and how do you feel about the performance?
Yeah, we just had to keep trusting the O-line. That's just what we got to do all year. Just keep trusting the O-line, keep trusting Kurtis, the passing game and all that, but just mainly keep having trust in that O-line no matter what happens. Just keep trusting them, keep finding something to run through, and then we'll be fine, and that's what happened tonight.
Keys from Bobby Gorbett. The defense was on the field the majority of the first half. How'd that unit, keep its composure and keep the team in the game in the first half?
Yeah, I mean, our key focus each and every week is when they're on those long drives, just stay poised. We know we have to handle adversity, make a couple checks to get off the field and get the ball back to Kurtis and the boys.
This is for Sieh or Kurtis from Maria. Again, 41 yards in offense first half. What specific adjustments did you guys make in the second half?
It's tough because, again, I think we had 15 plays and we just didn't finish on some drives. I think the game plan that we had going in, I think we only got through half of it in the first half, and so we still had a lot to show them, and they were giving us some different looks, and we just needed to make some adjustments to those, and it paid off in the second half.
Key from Bobby Keegan. Take us through the forced fumble. What did you see from their offense, and how did it feel to make such a big play at a key point in the game?
Yeah, I mean, their game plan going in this week, I think, was to have 20 personnel, 2-back look, and we kind of just condensed our look a little bit. I knew that they wanted to run a little outside zone, so I just read my keys, seen the play happen. Von Ray made a tremendous job of disrupting the play at first, and then I came in there and kind of just cleaned it up and seen the ball on the ground and got the ball back for us.
You guys have any questions?
Just in that second half, they seem to be giving you like two deep safeties all the time. Was it just one of those things where you're trying to take what they give you and get the ball into a playmaker and miss a tackle, and that was that sort of the philosophy offensively in the second half?
Absolutely. I think their game plan going into the game was to not let anything go over their heads. They started in a too-high shell for most plays, and then either rolled to cover 3 or stayed in like a cover 4 kind of thing. But they were deep no matter what, and so we were just taking hitches, running the ball, checking it down, because that's what they were giving us.
You mentioned the 15 plays in the first half. It was 3 drives and 2 of them were 3 and outs. Just offensively, how hard is it to develop rhythm when you're so rarely on the field? I mean, 3 possessions and a half is pretty rare, especially the first half.
Honestly, yeah, it's real tough, I'm not going to lie, especially to get the run game going. That's what we try to establish every week. So when you can only have 15 plays, it's real tough. So for us to be able to come out in the second half, what we did was real good. But for us, we stayed in it, and then we just came out and capitalized in the second half. But it definitely is tough to really get a rhythm going when you only have 15 plays in the first half, for sure.
Hard to stay patient, too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm on the sideline. I'm real. I was mad. I'm not gonna lie. I was mad on that sideline for sure. But I had to stay in it. You just got to talk to yourself. Stay in it. Keep going. The second half, we came out. We did our thing.
Just the last one for me. Since the Miami of Ohio loss, you guys you don't control your destiny for the MAC championship game any longer. Just tell me a little bit about the mentality on the team this week leading into this game.
I think the biggest thing was that we got 3 games left, and it would feel a lot worse if they did lose a couple games and we didn't capitalize on that. And so we got to take every game with the same approach of going 1-0 that week and handling our business.
You guys want to chime in on that?
Yeah, I mean, we know that was a very tough loss, and it controlled a lot of things for our future and our ultimate goal. But we know as a team, we kind of just regrouped, understood what's at stake. We have an older team, so a lot of guys aren't going to be here next year. So we just we're really embracing the last couple games and just taking it as it comes to go 1-0, like Kurtis said, each and every day.
Well, happy with the win here in Buffalo. I think the last 3 or 4 times we've been here, it's been a 1-score game, and that's definitely what turned out tonight. But I'm really pleased with the coaching staff did a great job. Buffalo had a great plan coming in with the 2 quarterbacks and really controlling the ball, particularly in the first half. Some things we hadn't seen. So defensively made some great adjustments in the second half, our halftime leading into the second half, and then offensively kind of got our footing and got in a flow. I can't really say is play calling in the first half. You credit Buffalo's defense, but I think we only had the ball for 13 to 14 snaps because of time of possession. But we had the ball. I told them at halftime, hey, we're getting the ball. Let's come out the second half and let's go down and get some points. We did. And I'm not sure if we punted the second half. So I'm just overall offense, defense, special teams, very happy with the win. And before I open up for questions, I want to give a shout out to Coach Rogers, our women's soccer team, and the first championship in school history, and the tournament and the dance is very exciting. And we're Miss Cromer and our staff. We've got a close knit group of coaches, and I just know that all the coaches at Ohio University are very, very happy for our soccer team. I'm looking forward to watching them when they play at Michigan State. So with that, I'll open up for questions.
Coach, first question from the Athens Messenger, Eric Decker. Looking at the first half specifically, there were some mental errors with the early penalties and a coverage issue that led to a field goal. What do you think most contributed to those mistakes?
I tell you, I'm disappointed with the penalties, but Buffalo has done a good job with their snap count on special teams. And I told the officials on the first one, I thought they were shifting when our guy broke the plane of the ball. But Buffalo did a good job of raising up and getting us before we got a chance to get back. It is the correct call. They did a great job explaining it to me. But moving forward, we've got to be better prepared for Buffalo's shifts and how they communicate that at the line of scrimmage. I'm going to say it because they got us 2 years ago here, Ben Johnson, and so I tip my hat to Buffalo, but we got through it, and I think we ended the night with 4 penalties maybe, so better than a week ago. I'll tell you that.
Maria Montesi with WAB asked, 41 yards, total yards first half. What wasn't clicking on offense, and what adjustments needed to be made in the second half?
I think, again, I'm going to say Buffalo's offense had the ball. And with the 13 or 14 plays that we had, would you like to change a call or two? Probably the first play of the game. I would, versus what we were getting in the secondary. But other than that, I'm not sure that we would. I think we just got to get some first downs to get in a flow, which you saw us do in the second half.
Bobby Keegan with the Post asked, what did you see out of your running backs today? And the offense seemed to lean on them a little bit in the second half, and that worked well, for a struggling offense.
Yeah, particularly in the fourth quarter when we were going into the win. That win was getting it pretty good, that was there's some big runs in there. O'Shawn came in and popped one in the fourth quarter that flipped field position. I think we got a field goal out of that possession. But really, Sieh and O'Shawn they continue to run hard, and I know that their production as far as just the yards per carry and things like that have been inconsistent. But you can't tell by the way they're running. I'm very, very happy with how they're running the football, taking care of the ball. Tough conditions tonight. We found enough plays in the course of the game to get the victory.
Bobby Gorbett with the Post asked, what do you think about the team, or how the team responded in the second half facing a deficit?
Very, very proud. I mean, there was, it could have been some, some finger pointing, at halftime. Offensively, no points in 13 plays, and our defense was out there, but there was not. There was just adjustments. The players, we talk about it every week about giving factual information on the sideline. We don't have the video stuff at the tablets and things like that in college, and so you're getting it from obviously your grad assistants, your coaches, but your players are out there, and what happened, and it's a thing. It's a big thing every week, and it certainly was today because we were drawing some things up to make some adjustments, and I'm very proud of the guys for that.
Eric Decker with the Messenger asked, what went into the decision to go for it on 4th down near the goal line?
Yeah, it was pretty easy. I mean, it was just this thing to do. I thought our defense was playing well enough. If we didn't get it, they'd be going into the wind. We held them on a 3-and-out their first possession. We got the ball to plus 38, and so I just felt like, hey, we don't make it. We're gonna hold them, and we're gonna get the ball on our side of the 50, and. So I think it was 3rd and goal from the 2. I said, you got 2 to get it. We'd like to make a couple more inches on that 3rd and goal, so the 4th and goal wasn't quite as long. I will not. I was a little tight there, but we got enough push, and Sieh made a real good run.
Bobby Gorbett with the Post asked, how important was it for the defense to give the offensive unit the ball in Buffalo territory to put the team in position to score?
Yeah, at halftime I said, hey, it's a one-score game, and neither team's got a turnover yet. It's going to come down to field position and a turnover. And Buffalo got that first down, I think, or maybe first or second, but they tried to go hurry up tempo. We got lined up, got the ball out, and we were able to punch it in for a score. I mean, offensively, in that drive after that turnover, real huge 3rd down and 5. Kurtis audible at the line of scrimmage, got us in the right play versus what they were doing. They had a pass mug blitz up, and we got to the option play on the boundary and picked up the first down and able to close out that series with a touchdown.
Eric Decker with the Post. Last question here. What were some of the challenges presented when having to go up against a 2-quarterback system like Buffalo?
Yeah, again, last week against Toledo, we just saw 15, and 10 did not play. But they had shown both those guys playing earlier in the season. You got to credit Spence and the defense because, and really the extra couple days in preparation helped because we were able to, okay, you know what, if they go back to the 2 quarterbacks and which they did, let's have a plan. And so we kind of had some things ready to go for it, but they did a really good job on some misdirections that really kind of slowed down Keye and Bryce with pullers and things like that. And that's why I'm very proud of the adjustments at halftime, and Keye and Bryce, went out and did Bryce and Keye things.
When you mentioned the number of plays in the first half, I think you guys had 3 drives, and 2 of them were 3-and-out, and one ended on the nice throw Kurtis made to the.
That's okay. I do that all the time.
That Kurtis made to the tight end that got dropped. Nice throw over the middle. How do you evaluate your offense? Over 3 series like that in the first half.
Well, I was, we were all frustrated, right? And I'm sure my wife's back home frustrated. All right, but again, you can't panic. You got 13 opportunities, and you want to go in there and yell and scream. That's not gonna, let's go in there and this is what we got to do. I just real proud of the guys to come out in the second half, and right down the field we went, and then defense got a 3-and-out, and we had 10 points up on the board real quick, and we were able to settle in and start making some plays.
I remember when I was there in August, you and I talked about it may be a different kind of statistical season for Kurtis than it was a year ago. You guys weren't going to be in as many shootout type games, and teams were not going to give up as much over the top.
Very good memory.
And it very much has played. How would you explain to people who look at Kurtis' statistics and measure them against a year ago and try to figure out what kind of year he's having?
I think he's having a really good year. I know the numbers are different, and for all the reasons that you said and we talked about earlier, but he's showed an enormous amount of patience and toughness. we have not had the consistent running game. It's tough to play quarterback when you don't have a consistent running game, right? And he's not pressed. He's let plays come to him, and he's used the guys around him, without the running game. We've had to move the ball, which has been limited as far as point production, with his arm. And so I'm really proud of him. And, we're sprinkling on a few more runs tonight. Hey, you're on the road in the MAC East, and this is how it is. That's college, and he's handled it well.
You saw, two deep safeties,
Yeah.
pretty much all night. Has it been an adjustment for him to just have to take those underneath throws and not be able to do the bombs away thing that he was doing a year ago?
And the conditions were tough.
Yeah.
We took a shot maybe the first play of the second half. With the wind. Well, the wind, it sailed on him a little bit, right? And then you're going into the wind, and so we didn't really push the ball down the field. But he threw some really good balls into that wind, and for some first downs, that really helped us. So just all in all tonight with his performance, and I know the numbers are what they are, but you win on the road here in Buffalo, and on a Tuesday night, the whole world's watching. I got a couple of texts from some alumni that they're watching a game from Dubai tonight. You think about that, Dubai, and so it's pretty cool.